Love him or hate him, and I'll bet for a lot of you it is the under, Karl Rove has spent many years perfecting very specific and very successful election tactics. Perhaps none is as notable as Rove's habit of identifying his allies' most glaring faults and pinning them right onto his rival. Psych majors tend to call this projection. I prefer to think of it as the most profound of all childhood cliches. I'm rubber, you're glue, everything you say bounces off me and sticks to you with $1 billion of campaign advertising. Now, to be fair, plenty of politicians, regardless of party or ideology, use this trick as a matter of course. But Karl Rove tends to be in a league of his own with it. If there were a Hall of Fame for this little rhetorical game, the man George W. Bush affectionately called Turd Blossom would be a first ballot inductee. They might name the Hall of Fame after him, in fact. In the Bush White House, for example, Rove had a habit of burying bad news by releasing it late on Friday afternoons. But now he has criticized President Obama for trying to bury bad news by releasing it late on Friday afternoons. Rove ran a West Wing that embraced a permanent campaign mindset, so he has accused the Obama team of embracing a, wait for it, permanent campaign. Rove won in 2004 by relying on an endless barrage of attack ads, so now he's accusing the president of trying to win by relying on an endless barrage of attack ads. This week, however, Rove outdid himself. The Republican strategist appeared on Sean Hannity's radio show and predicted exactly what President Obama and his allies would do to win, or at least tried to do to win, in 2012.
Here's how they're going to do it. They're going to do it by trying to take their wallet and buying it.
In fairness to Mr. Rove, if he were making this argument 4 years ago, he might be able to present it with a straight face. In the 2008 cycle, then Senator Obama bypassed the public financing system and became one of the most prolific fundraisers anyone had ever seen. The McCain-Palin ticket were competent fundraisers, but Obama-Biden benefited from a huge financial advantage. 4 years later, however, Rove's argument is literally unbelievable, and under these circumstances, more than a little ironic. Politico's Mike Allen and Jim Vandehei report just last month that Republican super PACs and other outside groups shaped by a loose network of prominent conservatives plan to spend roughly $1 billion on November's elections. All of that $1 billion would benefit Mitt Romney and other GOP candidates. Now, this network includes the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, the Koch brothers, and their Americans for Prosperity, but also, wouldn't you know it, Karl Rove's own Crossroads operation. Indeed, Rove's operation, just by itself, separate from all the other outfits, is on track to raise $300 million for this campaign cycle alone. To put that in perspective, Rove and his very wealthy friends will collect nearly as much as McCain-Palin raised in the last election, and McCain-Palin was the presidential ticket for one of the two major American political parties. What's more, this $1 billion from outside groups will come on top of the money raised by Mitt Romney and the Republican National Committee, which are expected to raise an additional $800 million. The combined total of $1.8 billion, boosted in part by a post-Citizens United landscape, is unlike anything the nation has ever seen. And Karl Rove, the one accusing Obama of trying to buy the election, is at the heart of it. The other problem with Rove's claim is that he has spectacularly bad timing in making it. On Tuesday afternoon, he claimed that Obama intends to buy the election. On Wednesday, just 1 day later, casino mogul Sheldon Adelson, best known as Newt Gingrich's most generous backer, wrote a $10 million check to Mitt Romney's Restore Our Future super PAC. It is the single largest contribution Romney's super PAC has received to date, and Adelson may not be done. He handed over an 8-figure contribution yesterday, but Forbes magazine reports that it may well be the first of many. Quote, a well-placed source in the Adelson camp with direct knowledge of the casino billionaire's thinking says that further donations will be limitless. In other words, whatever financial resources Mitt Romney will want, he will get, thanks in part to the bottomless well of cash Sheldon Adelson is prepared to draw upon. And the nagging detail for Democrats remains the same. Adelson is not alone. My colleague at the Washington Post, DJ Dion Jr., explained this week, quote, journalists often focus on the world of rich liberals in places such as Hollywood and Silicon Valley, but there are even more conservative millionaire and billionaire donors who hail from less mediagenic places. There is, for example, a lot of oil money in Texas. Then there's Wall Street, once a bountiful source of Democratic as well as Republican cash. It has shifted toward the party of Mitt Romney, John Boehner, and Mitch McConnell. If Karl Rove wants to know who's going to take out their wallet to try to buy this election, he might just look in the mirror.